On the 25th of March, the Rail, Tram and Bus Unions Rail Division and APESMA reached in-principle agreement with Metro around the proposed enterprise agreement. We've now entered the access period. What does this mean? The access period means that you now have the opportunity to review the full document and ask any questions you may have and clarify any concerns you have prior to casting your vote. You'll then be given the opportunity to vote on this enterprise agreement. Voting will open on the 9th of April 2020 and it will close at 11:59 p.m. on the 17th of April 2020. During this period, you will be given the opportunity to vote through a variety of means, which I'll outline shortly. I strongly encourage you to have your say and have your vote in your enterprise agreement. So let's recap what's been offered with this enterprise agreement. First up, a 14% pay increase across 4 years. This is a very competitive pay offer and is meant to demonstrate how serious we are about reaching agreement. And the pay increase is based on a 1% and a 2.5% pay increase at 6 monthly intervals. To further demonstrate how serious we are about reaching agreement, we have offered to backdate these pay increases. So the first increase, which was due on or the first pay period after 1 July 2019, is being backdated as part of this offer. And the second increase in January 2020 of 2.5% is also as part of this offer being backdated. We are extremely serious about wanting to reach agreement and provide certainty for all of our people in the rail operations area around this enterprise agreement. Some of the other things on the table include long service leave entitlements that have been refreshed, making it clearer and easier for our people to get their leave granted subject to availability. Flexible work conditions have been improved with greater clarity on part-time work and increased opportunities for job sharing arrangements. Consultation requirements have been updated to make it clearer and easier to understand when consultation is required. There's improvements to parental leave, including an increase of parental leave from 12 to 14 weeks and continuity of superannuation payments for additional unpaid leave, and public holiday credits, accruing over the life of the proposed agreements for drivers and certain rail operations positions, rather than being cashed out annually. Community service leave. We've also enhanced the provisions around this to provide better support for those who support us in our community, for example, the SES. We've also inserted clauses around sexual harassment and gendered violence. We don't tolerate this here at Metro, and we're seeking to work with you and your representatives to further improve our position in this space. Since we've put this agreement out for consideration, we've had quite a lot of feedback. We've had a lot of feedback from a number of you through our EA inbox, and we've also had feedback from your representatives. We've taken that feedback on board and listened to what you've said and made further changes to make sure that the agreement best reflects a good and constructive agreement that will take us through for the future for the next 4 years. Through all of this, we've listened to your feedback, and as a result, we've made some changes and adjustments to clauses. In particular, commitment by the parties. We've listened to your concerns, made some adjustments to attempt to make it much clearer about how this clause can be interpreted. Importantly, no changes can be made without the process outlined in the proposed enterprise agreement in the rest of the body of the document. Decentralisation. Again, we've listened and introduced a minimum timeframe of no less than 28 days for when we call for expressions of interest for voluntary transfers. We've also heard you when you said that 25 kilometres for a reasonable distance is too large and revised that down to 20. And further, increase the notification period for those that are going to change. It will be increased from 28 days to no less than 42. For variety of running, we've committed that where practicable, we won't roster on consecutive days running 3 ups and 3 downs on a line. This won't apply, of course, if you've got AVs or swaps, but we are trying to provide as much variety of running as possible. In relation to group rotation, we've also made it clearer that where your group is a different sign-on location, we will give you 48 hours notice, again to provide you more time to prepare to move between locations. We've now entered the formal process known as the access period. So what does this mean to you? It means it's the opportunity for you to actually ask questions and get to understand more about the enterprise agreement that's being proposed. You can gain information through more of these videos that will be distributed, through our website, through Paperlight, and emails that will be distributed to you. You'll also be able to attend briefing sessions and small sessions with your leaders and managers. Of course, you can also ask your bargaining representatives. I strongly encourage you to take the time during this period to ask the questions that you need answered so that you can make an informed vote. Eligible employees will be able to vote. Voting will open at 12 a.m. on the 9th of April 2020 and it will close at 11:59 p.m. on the 17th of April 2020. I strongly encourage you to make sure you have your say and have a vote. Voting will be conducted by a completely independent provider called CourtVote. Have a look at their website. They are independent from Metro, independent from any of the bargaining representatives or unions. Your vote will be completely anonymous. There is no way anyone can tell how you voted for this enterprise agreement. This electronic vote provides the best surety for everyone that there is complete privacy in the voting process. You'll be provided information to your home address around how the voting process will work. You'll have the opportunity to vote either online, via text message, or via phone. The voting documentation that comes to your home address will provide you all of the relevant information. I strongly encourage you to have your say and have your vote. You do not need to be a union member to be able to vote on this agreement. We've been bargaining for more than 12 months. We've had more than 60 meetings. We've now put a very strong offer on the table, 14% over 4 years, and importantly, backdated. That's how serious we are about trying to get to an agreement. I've been disappointed to hear about the misinformation being provided by the locomotive division of the Rail, Tram and Bus Union. I strongly encourage you to reach out with any questions you have, either to the Enterprise Agreement website, via email, or to your team leaders and managers. We want to make sure that you have all the information available to you to be able to vote and provide your views on this enterprise agreement. During this access period, that is your opportunity to do that. Once voting opens, please make sure you lodge a vote so that you have your say. Thank you.